At this stage we're getting very close to completing grids. Let's go. I don't remember what was in the chests here, like are any of them particularly good, worth getting? Yeah, I think the grind versus once and run poll is close enough that I'll end it now and we'll kind of do it on a bit of a case-by-case basis. I will run sometimes, I think. It's close enough. But this one, because it's the first time, definitely won't do that. Let's see. I think you could poison these guys. Let's give that a try. Did I change my weapon? Evade encounter will help here. Yeah, there's definitely some status effects available for us here against these guys. With these ones, it's always a bit of a, like, especially when it's been a while since you fought them, trying to remember what they're susceptible to without looking them up. Bit of trial and error. Yeah, I thought they were susceptible to poison. They're not, then fair enough. But basically it's more of an MP preservation thing. I don't want to constantly keep dark attacking them because I don't have a huge amount of MP. That's something I've got to watch out for. Yeah, I think I should at least put one to sleep. I think you're right. Does death work against them? My assumption is no, but again, I want to give it a go. Yep. Not gonna work. If they have resistance, then this might not work. That does work. And we want to avoid the Double Reaper, definitely. I'm going to try a bio next time as well, see if that helps. And yeah, I was literally looking into it. I feel like Demi could work. Yeah, look at Kimari go. What a legend. But for now, I still have to keep putting one to sleep. They keep getting their turns back to back, of course. But also want to try this. I'm sure you could poison these guys. Yeah, but Poison Strike apparently is not enough. Yeah, they take big damage. And look at that, evade encounter as well. So Kimari really starting to come into his own here. Good stuff. But needs to be put to sleep one more time. Let me... At the moment at least, it seems like Poison and Sleep is a nice combo. We need to keep exploiting that, I feel. The Stone Touch work though. If they have resistance, then I can't use the TKO, but if they don't, then maybe I can. Yeah, still 13,000. Everything just has so much HP here. So we'll bio the other one too. Thank you for the Demi suggestions, appreciate that. So this is just a lot of MP usage right now that I'd rather not be doing, but just to be double sure here. There's a chance something like Double Reaper might even kill me, so I have to be very careful. Okay, let's try and finish this off. I think without armor break, they just don't take very much damage. So watch out. Let's see. Yeah, that's not too bad. I think we can just about finish things off here. I'm going to leave some MP in the tank. I don't think he can really get much back from these guys, so I'm not going to Osmos. But yeah, Demi has been very nice here. Yeah, you see the damage output there. Not great. Yeah, so sleep strike type stuff just not working. So we just about had enough to kill this one, but it seems like sleep strike is not good enough. You have to use sleep buster, or you have to use like grenades and stuff. So that's not great. Now, let's try and get a steal or two. Yeah, already his MP has taken a bit of a hit, but I forgot that he has Lancet too. That's nice. Forgot. But these guys, I'm pretty sure, don't have any MP. Wow, had to end with that, of course. Fine. But you can see how dangerous this place is. And of course, Waka was one of the characters that actually could still benefit from some more MP, and he didn't get any. What's this last one again? Copycat. Yeah, there could be some unique use cases for that. Some much needed HP for her. Waka is down there as untouched. Yeah, but I do think this place is particularly a spike, like compared to a lot of the other stuff. There's quite a big leap here. And I think part of that is to do with the fact that you have the airship and stuff, so I think they're assuming that people are going to explore the world, try some different things, maybe even go to Omega Ruins, that kind of thing, and then come here. So I think the spike is pretty sharp here. So yeah, I'm not sure if I should keep his sleep weapon. Doesn't work really on the Gemini, so I think I'm still better off sticking with this for now. Yeah, there's definitely things you can do with Copycat. We'll see what happens. I mean, even obviously, I don't know, things like Demi, let's say it happens to work really well. Is this just a loop round? Oh man, this is like the worst encounter. This is like the worst encounter. I hate these guys. Okay. Yeah, definitely not a fan of these guys. I think, honestly, Demi probably helps bring them down to size. Because I can only really take out one of them, I think, realistically. Let's see. I've got to be ultra careful here. I think these guys are worth it. Right, for this one, I am going to bring in Kimari again. This is why I'm saying I don't want to use Demi like too much, because if I face, like, let's say 3 enemies back to back where I can use Demi but not get much back in terms of Osmos, then I'll be in trouble. So I think this brings it into range for Waka. Just about, yeah. So he gets 2 of them from here. There you go. See? Big difference. Just thinking, is there anything I can do against these guys other than that? I think maybe the TKO still works against these guys, actually. That's one thing we could benefit from. But you can see every enemy kind of requires a different setup, so it's hard to find a one-size-fits-all here. But I think for this one, we kind of have to take the hit. Maybe Auron gets lucky and he makes the hit here. Oh. Okay. Just want to give it a quick go, see if there's any MP. I'm pretty sure there isn't. Oh, there is MP. That's nice. Okay. Cool. Speaking of cool, super cool. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Don't know if it's worth trying to steal from these guys as I get to them. Nah, they only have 2 each. It's going to take a while to try and get anything useful. Alright. This gives Kimari a chance to Osmos. Try and keep that MP up. Yeah, that's something.
It's over.
So yeah, dangerous encounter there. Managed to make it through. Is it worth hacking items we know you can farm? No, not for this one. Because it's a live stream, it doesn't really matter too much. And it's like, I don't know how you would hack in, like, how many... Because we're doing basically like a no farming style run. I have no idea how many of these items I'd get by the time I make it to the end of this particular bit, so I'd rather go through it like this. And while Kimari coming back into the mix is pretty fun as well, I've been enjoying having him back. Alright, I think this pretty much loops round. Yeah. I'm gonna no encounters this bit just for a sec to get back on track. This bit's a little mazy, but there's a couple of chests I thought maybe I could get. Back on track. Of course. Yeah, I think this is an example of an encounter I'll probably run from because there's just not much benefit here for me. I'd rather leave that one. But I think as a result, I can basically explore more of this place, try and get a lot of chests. What is going on? What is going on? Yeah, it's a shame Lulu's turn is so far down. I'd like to maybe get a steal and then run, but I can't. At this stage as well, basically getting more AP doesn't help. I've already made the end of the sphere grid basically for everybody. What the hell? We haven't encountered... I'm trying to think, what else do we have here? We have... I want more Adamantoise encounters so that I can actually get some more, like, potentially stamina tablets. I don't think we stole any yet from those guys. Healing waters are welcome. We haven't fought the Exo Rays yet, either. So there's definitely some things we've yet to face much of, or at all yet. So we're on a bit of an odd streak, getting stalked by those guys there. Oh, God. Okay, I've had enough. Fine. This many times in a row, like, gotta do something. They're not leaving until I take them out one last time. Okay. This time, I'm hoping this is going to work. If they both do like the thingy move, then I might die. The kind of shockwave move. So this death needs to hit. Does an encounter rate for a particular enemy appearance increase if you flee? I don't think so. If Karifin is around. can probably confirm, but I don't think so. So yeah, if he had a full overdrive, I was literally going to use a shooting star here, but I don't have many great ways to one-hit KO them, I think. So if death fails, there's a chance I could get a game over here, but they've stalked me like, was it 4 encounters in a row? 5? So I'm saying, you know what? I'll give you an opportunity. And I kind of need to see how much one of their shockwaves does. Hasn't used it. Okay, fair enough. Hey Will, welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy it. As I try to get a little bit more MP back before finishing things off. I was going to say, but I don't want to run a risk of Oren doing anything crazy here, so I'm going to be careful. Okay. Might as well still nab a steal while I'm here. Yeah, this is good. Do this. Get some MP. The future demi usage. And well, hopefully after this encounter they will leave me alone. There it is. Okay. Man, this place is so... It's really hard to... Wow. It's really hard to navigate. If you want to try and explore all of it. I know like the main route through, I tend to take that most commonly, but at the moment. I think what I might do this time, I actually want some steals from these guys, so I'm going to use a Dream Powder. This is going to be a bit of a rare usage here. And then I'm going to try and get some steals in. And then I'm going to flee, I think. Because Lulu's the one that needs to use bio and stuff, so it's a bit long. Yeah, let's just wait here. Get those steals while we can. I wish they gave like multiple steals at this point. Yeah, you could poison, but as I say, to poison them I need to use Lulu as well, and then that's less turns to steal, and then they're going to wake up again, have to sleep again, it's going to be a whole thing. So I'd rather just try and get a few steals in here and then run. But at this stage of the game, they just shouldn't give you a single light curtain. It should be more than that. Maybe 2 is a rare steal, but still, I feel like it should be more. They should wake up now, I think. No? Maybe it's like 7 turns. This is why the grenades are so useful. And why, if you do a bit of a no farming type run, like it can look very different. If you come in prepared here with like 50 sleeping grenades, you just completely blast through all of this stuff. But without them, the battles can look different. You'd have poison fangs, so you could poison very easily, that kind of thing. But you can see how many turns they stay asleep for. It's quite significant. Okay, so we gave it a go. I think that's enough. But yeah, as I say, this bit just has a lot of bits that kind of loop back onto themselves. Thankfully, this one actually found a chest. Special sphere. I guess they didn't want auto protect too easy accessible. Yeah, I mean, even if they gave you 2 as standard, by the time you get like 70 of them, it's still going to take quite some time at this stage of the game. Well, I think having like auto protect before the final boss, like for one character, is not the most crazy thing in the world. So I still think maybe they could have given you like 1 more by default. Yeah, I want to make sure I keep my first strike here, definitely important. There you go. Okay, more of this guy. I think for this one, Waka's weapon does work pretty well. So does Riku's. Maybe not. Obviously everything at this stage just has like enough resistance to most things to just make it a bit annoying. Let's just begin stealing. There we go. See if we can poison it. It seems like, again, Poison Strike just not working well enough. Too much resistance. Okay. Yeah, the stuff that this guy gives is too important moving forward. I really would prefer to get as many steals as I can. I don't think I've stolen a single stamina tablet. I've not had much luck with that. How many do I even have? Especially I think against Braska's Fine Leon and stuff, I'd like to have one. Does anyone else have any sleeping stuff? Ah, not for this guy, unfortunately. It's a shame. It's worth a try. I'm not sure you can get much MP back, can you? Okay. Not bad. So thankfully, Sleep Strike working as often as it does against this guy makes it relatively safe. But the steals have been pretty bad. Let me see, how many stamina tablets do I have? Still only 2, yeah. I've not got a single stamina tablet steal from these guys yet. Definitely need some more. Yeah, it works almost every time, which is nice. But the steals have just been horrible. Even the healing waters, how many do we have? 5. No, sorry. 6. There you go. Okay. I think from here... Honestly, I still think it's best to just chill, just wait, and grind it out against this guy. Because then you have to waste MP on armor break and all of that kind of stuff. Just wait here. Speed it up even more. And this is why, like, once you get used to the HD remaster and the speed up, it's almost impossible to go back. You literally just fundamentally play the game a little bit differently because you have the luxury of just doing stuff like this. Like on the PS2 version, doing a fight like this would just take forever. But here it's not so bad because you can just generally grind it through. But we're almost there. Does casting luck help steal chance? It doesn't. I'm pretty certain it doesn't make a difference. It's like pretty much set. But I did ask maybe like a couple of sessions ago about the whole like basically the chance of getting a steal goes down. How did it not die? Oh, there you go. By like a factor of 2 every time. So it's like a half and then a quarter and then an eighth and stuff like that. And I think it tops out at 1 in 256 chance. So if you were to steal like 1,000 times even, still the 1,001st would be 1 in 256. So that's how that works, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I think in the future with that guy I'm going to get my steals and then I'm going to run, because no matter what you do it still takes a bit long. We don't have Demi to help us out either. I'm on the Switch version, speed up option doesn't seem to be in it. Yeah, I don't think the Switch has it, unfortunately. The Steam Deck version does. Sure. Oh, for God's sake. Go away. I'm like 70% of the encounters here. Get out of here. There's another chest. Phantom Ring. This could be good against Seymour Omnis potentially if she needs to be out there. That's pretty nice. Okay. So I'm going to start making a push towards Omnis now. But as I say, this encounter I will be taking on as much as I can. So it'll be a combination of Waka puts it to sleep and Lulu steals, and we'll get a few steals out like this, and then we'll escape. 2 healing waters, that's a nice start, but I'm looking more for the stamina tablets. I feel like against Braskus Fine Leon, I really need that extra HP boost, otherwise those sword swipes and stuff in the second form is going to really hurt badly. Might not be able to properly survive them. Because my HP is pretty much topped out at like the 2,800 to 3,500 mark. And that's cutting it fine for Braskus Fine Leon. Obviously we've got things we can do, we've got like Protect and Cheer and all that stuff, but still, I think in that fight that's when I'd definitely like to have the benefit of some stamina tablets, potentially. But they're just not, have not got a single rare steal yet from Adamantoise. So I think next time it wakes up, I'm gonna start thinking. Can't you customize Master Thief? You know what? I think you're right. I can. Yeah, that's a very good call, because I remember when we first had the ability to customize, I remember having a discussion about it. Thinking like, should we customize it onto an armor that we'll get later on? I'm sure she'll get better armors later, and we decided to kind of do it later. But this is pretty later now, so maybe we should do it. Now, trouble is, I think we got it from, yeah, we got it from the Remium Temple race, I believe, the Pendulum. So, just wish there was something a bit better that we could customize it on. In Final Fantasy X, it's physical, yeah. What are we talking about specifically? Being physical? Or is Carithian further back in the chat? I feel like this is probably the best one to put it on for now. So yeah, I might invest in this at this stage. I think it would definitely help. Yeah, don't have anything too much better to put it on for now. Collector Bangle. This will definitely help. Thank you for that, Mark. Appreciate that feedback. Right. Keep going. Get Titus back in there. Gotta stay disciplined here. There's one more chest that I can see in the distance. Hey Brunette, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Okay, here we go. This is an encounter that we needed to fight. Now, this is where things can get dangerous. Let's start with the usual kind of 1-2 punch. I believe these guys don't counter magic. We'll find out shortly. If they do, we're in big trouble. But not yet. So that already helps. And I think, as much as I'd like to, I should probably keep this. This is the smarter idea. Poor Nightbot in the other stream. I'm sure plenty of people from here will go back to that stream once things are done. That's all good. Keep doing a bit of this, and I'm sure we can osmose some MP back that way. Yes, indeed. I think now's a good time to mention, actually, that Carithian has officially released his mod for Final Fantasy X. It's something I'm definitely going to be bringing to the channel in the future. Not exactly sure when yet. I'm going to look into it. I'm going to try and obviously find a good time for it, a schedule for it, a way to do it. But as you guys have seen throughout the live streams that we've done, he really does know his stuff, and he spent a lot of time building a mod, which I've found particularly interesting, especially because the premise is to do with the fact that he's tried to basically avoid it being grindy. He's made it almost grind-proof, in a sense, and so that already is quite interesting for me, because as you guys have seen, I try to generally play without grinding, and so it appeals more to my taste and the way I like to play. And so the fact that that's kind of built into the mod, I think is very clever, and so I'm expecting good things. And so let me see, actually, while I'm here, because I'm going to probably forget later, let me see if I can find the link, and I will post it in the chat. I don't do this often, but Coryphean deserves a shout out for his hard work on the mod, and especially as an esteemed member of the community. So just give me a sec, I'm going to post you guys the link for anyone that's curious. Need to be on the Steam version to play it, but there you go. And so you can have a look at that, and you can ask him any questions about it in the chat. It's cool. And yeah, it's something that I will most likely be doing on the channel soon, but we'll see.
So, how shall we do this?
Now, just a sec here. Yeah, so we have 2 fire eaters here, so that should be okay. Let's try a steal. What could you get from these guys? Silence grenade ×3. That's pretty nice. That's good damage too, you know. Yeah, especially at this moment in time, I think he said that no one has gone past Bevel in the mod. So definitely, for anyone that has the time and wants to check it out, you can be one of the pioneers of the mod and give any necessary feedback or bugs or any of that kind of stuff. So definitely check it out. And then you can see how I get on with it later. Ah, run out of MP. But those silence grenades are a pretty nice steal. If only we could get a couple more, would have been nice. But they're susceptible to death, which is also good. Let's stick to this. This is what I wanted. Come on, give me one more at least. There you go. I think from here we should be able to finish things off. This one's a bit dangerous because I don't want to use up too much MP. And if you attack physically, it will counter with the pollen type of attack, which we do not want. So, do some more of this. At least with this, even if it doesn't work, it shouldn't counter. It's, again, magic. Yeah. So you don't get a penalty for that other than losing 1 MP, which you can live with. How would grind proof work? I believe basically no enemy in the game gives you, like no random encounter gives you AP points, for example. There's only bosses give you AP. So that's one of a few things present, but that's one way in which you can make the game a bit more grind proof. Definitely curious to see how that works in terms of balance and stuff. So yeah, looking forward to trying it for sure. Yeah, there you go. Random encounters also give no items or gear. So yeah, it's a very different approach because obviously over the years, as you guys have seen on the channel, so much of what challenge runs are is about making sure you know what to pick up from which random encounter, all the steals. Even what I'm doing now, obviously, I'm still collecting everything that I can, and that's just a part of how you play the game. But obviously, it's going to look pretty different if you're not able to do that anymore. So I think that could be very interesting. Now, let's continue on this path. No flee, no escape.
Out of my way!
Okay, Walker. A bit aggressive. Yeah, I think... Again, I'll probably flee this encounter. Grim Scythe, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. How did we go against Overdrive Sin? Went pretty well. I had a little bit of a buffer at the end, thanks in part to Lulu's Holy ability. It definitely helped quite a lot. Probably did like 50k of the damage just with that. It was very good. Is it possible to have a challenge run within the Masters challenge? Probably yes, but I would have to do like a run of the mod first to kind of know exactly what to look for and how it all works. But I'm sure there's even further restrictions you could probably put. But I think just doing the Masters mod one time enough should be a good start. What was the final ability that unit learns? Okay, gives it a little bit of magic output. Nice. Interesting, Waka's magic stat is all the way up at 41. It's pretty high. He has the highest magic stat of anybody. Did not realize that. He does get a water on. Fair enough. Okay, continue going. Another 4 on the road. Wow. I think same deal with this guy. At this stage we don't need to keep fighting it. We've done it twice already. We'll take a hit this time, but we'll be okay. It's fine. Another chest. These ones I just don't remember what's in them, so I'm trying to check out as many as I can in case there's something useful. Elixir, okay. And Behemoth D then everything. Yeah, we're probably going to encounter it quite a lot in the next part, the City of Dying Dreams bit. So, same combo here. These guys are good for those silence grenade steals. I definitely want as many of those as possible. Yeah, so there's definitely been talk of the whole Nuzlocke thing. I didn't really know what it was before, but it's basically the whole idea of if a character dies, they die permanently, and it's definitely something that's intrigued me, and I would like to definitely give it a go eventually. But that's what I mean. There's just so many things to do. Like, I could literally just spend the next 10 years just doing different Final Fantasy X challenges and nothing else, and it would still be plenty of content to do, and it'd be interesting for me because there's just so many different ways to play the game, and it's just never ending. If you fundamentally just enjoy the game enough and the mechanics and the style, every time there's a different twist on it, it's going to be interesting. And I always use Elden Ring as the example. It's already been 2 years and people are still just pumping out like different types of playthroughs. They've beaten the game like 50 different ways and they're still going. So it's definitely doable. Yeah, maybe Nuzlocke started with Pokemon. Maybe that was the first like game where I don't even know why it's called Nuzlocke. Like, who came up with that name? Does it mean anything specifically? I don't really know. It fails quite a lot. It's a bit annoying. Yes, indeed, we do have some very fun emotes for the Shoe Puff Riders membership group. Definitely make sure you guys use them. Now that we don't have as much story to go anymore, they're not as contextual, but I love the Sid emoji spam. That was so fun. During those emotional Sid moments. A guy named Nuzlocke came up with, there you go. Okay, that's the most obvious answer. Gino Machino beat Elden with butt slams only. Gino Machino, he does, I don't know if that's even how you say his username. If it's wrong, I apologize, but if, like, he does live up to the Machino part of his name. He's actually a machine. I've watched multiple runs of his, and I think the last one I watched was when he beat it with his bare fists only, and I was just like, nah, like, this is just ridiculous. Like, he basically punched his way through Elden Ring And some of the fights literally took hours. He just spent hours like evading everything and punching the bosses over and over and over again. And he somehow won, and I was just like, nah, this is just stupid. Like, I can't fathom how much skill or patience or whatever this takes. It's just ridiculous. And so people are on those kind of levels. And still, like, they're still finding different ways to play the game. It's like, when you play a game like Elden Ring and you beat it with your bare fists and battles take hours and shit like that, once you're done with that, it's like, I don't know, next week, you're like, yeah, let's just do another challenge. I'd just be like, you know what, I'm not sure I want to play this game again for years after doing that. Oh, come on, man, this death is unreliable. That's annoying. But yeah, that's one of the most insane things I've ever seen. Genuinely, like, one of the most insane gaming things I've ever seen. Yeah, these guys are a bit annoying now. If you're not getting death to work, because I don't want to see the counter. It's getting a bit annoying. Just trying to see if anybody has Null Blaze. No. Let's use a Reflect on him, why not? Save. Nice. That helps. Wow. Thank you, Orin. Couldn't get his death to work, but at least he's killing him like that. Ether's a nice steal as well. Yeah, for the light counter, you need to refresh it. It doesn't always refresh. So if what you're seeing seems particularly low, you need to refresh, and then you should see a true number. Yeah, I don't think we have zombie attack. Yeah, I'm not sure anybody has it. But yeah, that's what I mean. Just in general, the whole challenge thing is endless. And well, because that's, as I always say, that's how I came into YouTube. That's the reason the channel exists. For me, it's just like, it's very core to how I enjoy these games. So I think for the foreseeable future, I'm definitely going to keep enjoying challenges and keep coming up with stuff. And I think because over the years, I've built up an audience of people that aren't into like challenges themselves. They're more just like, they enjoy the game casually and just for fun. It's been interesting to kind of bring those people into the world of challenge play as well. Like, I think a lot more people who ordinarily wouldn't do challenges or participate in them, they're kind of enjoying challenges vicariously through the content. And I think that's been very cool to also kind of facilitate. Okay, these guys, I think at this stage we're just getting straight out of there. We need to definitely get see more on this done in this sesh. Do we still not have any more stamina tablets? I need an adamantoise, and then I need to... Yeah, bloody hell, then I need to change to the Master Thief. How did we go against OD Sin? Yeah, like I say, it went pretty well. It went honestly a bit better than I thought. We had some time left over at the end thanks to Lulu's holy ability, and I fed some ethers to her as well, so she did pretty well. Have you thought of playing Rise of the Ronin on the channel? Not particularly, no, if I'm being honest. There's just so much other stuff going on. It's not one that's popped up. I recently finished playing Sekiro. I still have maybe 1 or 2 sessions where I want to do some stuff that I missed out on. There were some bosses that I didn't fight as a result of decisions I made. So that's something I'm going to do, but other than that, it's mostly Final Fantasy for now. But I had an amazing time with Sekiro. Unbelievable game. Let's get some Demi in there. I think I want one of these. yeah, the backlog is always huge. One way I tackle the backlog obviously is by just trying to play stuff for myself and not for the channel. That's one way, because obviously it takes way less time to do that than it would to actually play through stuff on the channel. So that's generally how I try to do it. Yeah. Bit of wishful thinking there, trying to Demi, but, sorry, trying to Lancet, but there you go. A master in solitaire. What are some games you play off stream? I'm still trying to finish Tears of the Kingdom. I need like one good session for it. Basically, I was playing Tears of the Kingdom and I made it to the final boss kind of by accident. I kind of bypassed some stuff without realizing it, and I made my way down and I realized there was another sage that I needed to get. And I was like, I kind of don't want to try and complete the game like this. And it got like brutally, weirdly difficult, and I think the game kind of wants you to have that final sage. And so I kind of had to take a step back out and try to get the final sage, so it kind of dragged on a little bit more than I would have liked. And so, yeah, that's what I was playing most recently, off channel. Yeah, it's starting to run out of MP here. I think I might just get a few more steals and then just, oops, that's a mistake, and then run from these guys. Yeah, that was not a clever move. You didn't upload your playthrough of Tears of the Kingdom? No, I didn't. That's what I mean. That's an example of something I played for myself. I've got all of them now. So I basically, now that I've got all the sages, there was just a few other areas I was generally curious about that I wanted to explore, and I was literally just going to head back to the final dungeon again to just complete things. I missed the backslap, man. The evade and counter backslap was so cool. Yeah, there's still just nothing really particularly good that I have a lot of that I can use here. So I'd rather not use any of it, if I can help it. Yeah, I do have the 5th one as well. Marco, congratulations. That's great news, man. That's a massive step. There you go. Master Thief doing a good job here. But I think that's it. I'm gonna make my exit here. That's enough. Need to get to the end of this road. Getting very close now. I've got to remember to Lancet with Waka. I think ultimately I still maybe like Breath of the Wild a little more, I think. Like, they're both really excellent, but I think, for me at least, Tears of the Kingdom is awesome, but it felt a little bit too iterative. Like, I thought the whole, like, the construction stuff was just incredible, and like it's an amazing feature, it's like genius. But still, I think all said, like, it didn't give me enough overall, I think, over the first game for me to definitively put it above it. I think they're very close. But for me as well, there's a bit of a kind of factor of Breath of the Wild was my first Zelda game. And so I think that first ever kind of experience with Breath of the Wild was just so good that I think for me that has a little bit of bias. So there we go. This was an encounter I wanted. Let's haste up Lulu. Oh, for God's sake. Let's start with that. There you go. This move is horrible, by the way. Lulu in haste still almost got killed there. That was almost a game over from out of nowhere. Damn you. Yeah, I was very far away from the whole Nintendo thing growing up. Other than literally the earliest Super Mario Brothers and stuff that some people had in Turkey, they had like, I guess like bootleg Ataris. They were like not kind of officially endorsed real ones, but they were kind of knockoff versions that could play like the really OG NES games and stuff. and I had some early experiences with those, and then I had an old hand-me-down Game Boy, so I played a few games on there, including like Pokemon Red, I think it was. But then after that, I basically didn't have any Nintendo stuff, so I didn't really play most of the Nintendo classics growing up. And then by the time I got into everything else, it's kind of, I didn't have time for that stuff. Now, just wanted to get some steals in, but I need to 100% make sure I put this guy to sleep now. Otherwise I'm gonna die. Yeah, exactly. That's why like delay moves are really deadly in this game. There was so much detail and information in that CTB video that even for me, obviously, I've forgotten a lot of it because so much of it just doesn't factor into your general gameplay. I am going to use one here just so I can bring this guy under control. Don't want to die now. But yeah, if you've never seen it before, you should definitely watch the CTB breakdown video. It was absolutely fascinating. It was really fun to research. Really enjoyed it. Grim Scythe with the big news as well. Congratulations. That's awesome. Hope everything goes well. I'm going to escape here with Yoon at least, so that if we get a game over, not a game over, but if everybody gets KO'd, we're still fine. There you go, stamina tablets. Yes, finally. Go rare steals. Come on, there you go. Just a few more attempts here and then I'm gonna go. There you go, nice. What a difference it makes. Master Thief doing a great job here. Yeah, I think we've rode our luck enough here. We're probably not going to get any more from here. Yeah, I think 10's always a great starting point. Obviously, I'm biased, but I do genuinely think it's a good starting point for Final Fantasy. But I think 9 is definitely up there, and 4 if you don't mind playing the most OG, the kind of pixel era. So I think, for me at least, 4, 9, and 10 are probably the top 3 like starting points. But yeah, I'm done. Let's get out of here. Lulu's scurrying off. Alright. Almost there. Yeah, 7, obviously it's up there, it's definitely not a bad choice, but I feel like 9 of the PS1 era, I feel like 9's the better one to start with, personally. Now we're going hard on the stamina tablets. This is much better. I think sleep attack plus the weapon. No, still not enough. Ridiculous. Let's get out of here. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that if you're starting off, you're going to be like a kid. I mean, if you're starting as an adult, maybe it's a bit of a different situation. But I think if you're starting as a kid, I still think Final Fantasy 9 is a bit more accessible for younger players, like in terms of its gameplay and stuff. Play the counter. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's try and get out. I feel like 6, for its time and its era, is such a big game, like deep game, a lot of quite dark stuff happening. I feel like it would be nice to play some like, I'm not saying 4 is all like sunshine and rainbows, but I still think 6 is a bit more in that sense. So I feel like 4, for me still, is probably the better option. But I mean, obviously, with so many of them, you can't go wrong, and eventually, obviously, the hope is that they go on to play the rest of the series anyway, so... Okay, So, here we have elements to deal with. Obviously, reflect could be useful. Magic counter might be interesting. Is there anything else we can put on this one? Maybe I'll have a look at this. Might be something good for that. Wait, when did we pick this up? What? When did this happen? Which enemy dropped this? Holy shit, was this like a Behemoth King or something? Obviously something in here dropped it. I think it was a Behemoth King maybe. Whoa. That's dope. It's gotta be the Behemoth King because I think you can steal like twin stars or something from it. Oh, it's the Adamantoise. Oh. Wow. Okay. Yeah, should have been checking, I guess. That's a big drop. Totally forgot I had that. For Auron, maybe SOS Haste is a good one. Because he does have a Dispel move that's going to cause problems. Yeah, I feel like Final Fantasy IX's, like, every Final Fantasy game definitely has some really, like, you know, dark, difficult stuff in it, but I feel like some games are better at masking it than others, where you kind of, if you play it as a kid and you're just, like, playing it in a certain type of way, you just probably won't even really notice it or remember it as much. And then maybe you play it with, like, a different perspective in the future, and you're like, whoa, like, this is, like, seriously heavy stuff. Like, I don't know, Vivi's story, for example, especially near the end, and, like, the stuff that he thinks about, the existential stuff with Vivi, like, as a little kid, you're just gonna, like, probably not thinking about any of that stuff and just enjoying your time with it. But Vivi's obviously an incredibly thought-provoking, deep character, so still, I don't think that negates the fact that 9's a good starter one for younger players. I still think that's true. Because you can basically say that stuff about almost any of the Final Fantasies. They can be heavy games. So I want to see... Hold on. Can we get some new customizations at this stage as a result of the steals we've been making? Honestly, not... Well, I do have enough for an auto potion now. That's kind of big. But I'd rather hold on to these stamina tablets for now. Yeah, there's nothing particularly amazing that I want to, like, cash in on now, because obviously, yes, you have stuff like that, but you're not going to be able to use this pretty much for this run anyway. You never really have enough HP based on the restrictions. This one eventually, but yeah, nothing I'm seeing that I particularly want to customize right now for this specific fight. Yeah. So I'm just going to double check his one more time. It's mostly just elemental stuff, really. And then obviously trying to survive Ultima if and when it comes. Okay, I'm going to throw in a save here. I need a quick toilet break. I'm going to do that during this, the cutscene before it, so if the battle starts and I'm not back yet, it's because of that, but I'll be back shortly.